1-855-407-282. Let's go to the next newspaper. I haven't gotten to page, I read from Sutra 1 of the New York Times. That would be page 1 to you. We'll call it a sutra because to the liberal, the New York Times is a Bible. What the Koran is to the fundamentalist Muslim, the New York Times is to the fundamentalist Bolshevik in New York City and elsewhere. They read it as though it's the Holy Grail. Touching it, they feel they're touching God. Turning the pages, they feel they're turning the pages of divine inspiration. I only read from Sutra 1 of the Old York Times today, Monday, November 19, 2012. If I turn to Sutra 2, which is actually wonderful to open to, it gets even better, but I'm not ready for Sutra 2 because that has a roundup of the news from around the nation, around the world. I'll get to that in a minute. Instead, I'm going to jump all the way to a local newspaper out here in San Francisco. It's called the Marin Independent Journal. It's not independent. It's not a journal. In fact, it's given away in supermarkets and everywhere else because nobody buys it anymore. But I couldn't help but noting a front page story in the Sutra 1 for the Marin Independent Journal is something about the Dipsy. That's a run where people run. Study finds statins may reduce risk of dying from cancer. I don't believe a word of it. I tried statins several times. I did research on it. Statins for a high degree of population causes muscle damage and muscle fatigue that is highly dangerous. So don't buy into this lie that statins are the answer. It's part of the medico-pharmaceutical lie of our time. Moreover, every study I've ever read on statins, and I don't write for a newspaper where I get ads from the pharmaceutical industry. I can read articles independently. Not one article shows that a person who's never had a heart attack will have a lower risk of getting a heart attack if they take statins. The only association between a lower risk of heart attack is amongst those who already had a heart attack who take statins, except those who live on Staten Island. Because of the flooding, if you take statins on Staten Island, somehow it's diluted.